back into designing your
into
life.
Get involved.
If you guys realize, like we talked about not last week, but we talked about a couple weeks ago, the frenzy around buying homes and renting homes and everything in the area.
Right.
And I wanted to say it's getting worse. Okay. It's getting worse because people are getting caught up. They're getting caught up in this frenzy of what everybody else is doing. Okay. And you have to stop. So we're going to give you 5 tips that are going to boost your defense against buyer fatigue if you're looking for a new home. Okay?
Yes.
Number one, hire an experienced agent. This is not the time to hire Pookie in them or your mama auntie.
You know, auntie just got our real estate license.
No.
You need to run that deal through her.
And you have to hire somebody that you can trust, right, babe?
You know, Tracy and I were both realtors for 7 years or so in Metro Atlanta.
Past life.
Yeah, and so a lot of times when you're getting into these hyper-competitive markets like the DMV, you definitely need some experience to lean on.
Right.
Because you're getting to things like multi-bid scenarios. You have things like going into contracts into houses because they're in such demand without doing inspection contingencies or all these kinds of weird things that are happening because the competition is so great. So you want to make sure that you have someone who is experienced if you're looking to buy a home in the DMV.
Yeah, try to find someone who is interested in protecting your interests and they can help you figure out what are your real wants and needs. And I think that's really cool that you guys are here watching us today to find out what's going on in the DMV because you're thinking about moving here. This is so smart because what it does is it helps you narrow down and gives you more ammunition about moving here, and you're going to know more about what to expect. You're not coming here blind, just leaning on someone else.
Yeah.
So that's great.
You've got data, you've got thought process, all of these things. So it's really smart to do this on the front end.
The second thing is speak to somebody, a really good mortgage specialist.
Yeah.
This is another time not to use cousin and them. Okay. You need to walk through the best way for you to live your life. Don't overdo it. I see so many articles about houses that are going for over, $200,000 over asking. This is crazy. And the reason why it's crazy because everything is cyclical.
Right.
Everything goes around. And what's happening is you got 50 people going for this one house because it's in their price range, and then you have someone going, oh, forget it, I'm going to go ahead and blow my budget and go ahead and get this house so I can win it. You have to exercise patience during these times.
Right.
Okay, it's going to change. It always changes. It's going to change, and you have to move to a space of abundance and not scarcity. Scarcity is a mindset right now, and you need to run from it.
Yeah.
There is no such thing as scarcity. There's nothing but abundance. And if there's not enough houses right now, as they say, there's more houses coming.
Right.
So just relax, be patient, and get the deal that you want. Take deep breaths. Make sure you work with the right real estate agent and make sure you work with the right mortgage specialist.
Yeah, and the mortgage specialist is going to give you that budget, right? So you're going to understand what it is that you qualify for, and then you can take that data and then have the conversation with yourself or with your spouse and say, okay, what are we comfortable with, right? It's all about the economy of you, not about the economy of everybody else.
Right.
And that will enable you to make the best decision for you.
And when you're talking to that mortgage specialist, before you even begin to look for a house, I think real estate agents are so busy now that they're requiring this, but they ask you that you be pre-approved. That does not mean pre-qualified. Don't even bother with being pre-qualified. You need to have your money ready to go.
Right.
And that's a pre-approval. You need to have your down payment ready to go.
Yeah.
You need to have everything ready to go.
Everything in
your
place.
Your down payment needs to be over here. If you need to borrow money from someone, you need to go ahead and get it now.
Do all that
Put it
process.
over here, right? Get the process done. And then when you look for the house, you can just pull the trigger.
Right.
So make sure you get it fully approved so that when you put your offer in, they're like, you're done.
Right.
You're going to be at a disadvantage for people that are paying cash too. Keep that in mind.
Yeah.
But at least all that paperwork is done and it's out of the way, and all your mortgage person has to do is say, here's the offer. Here's the contract. Let's do it.
Boom.
Okay.
What's the next one, baby?
The next one is don't be afraid to go all in on that first offer.
Okay, yeah. So this is tied.
I think this is great.
This is tied back into what I was just saying, right, connected to the mortgage person.
You got
right?
the right real estate agent.
So you have the right real estate agent. You put together a team, right?
Yeah,
you've got the
you
right
gotta
real
have a
estate
team.
agent. You've
Get
got the
yourself a
right
team.
mortgage person. You had this dialogue, this wise counsel around this buying process. So now what you want to do is if you know you're going into a very competitive market,
Like
understand what you're comfortable with. Hey, this is kind of our floor. Hey, this is our max, right? And so I think the concept here is if you're looking at buying something in the DMV, you got to be comfortable with your max.
Yeah.
All right. So this is our max. We found the house. We love the house. We love the condo. We love the townhouse.
Yeah.
We looked at some other stuff. All right. All the chips into the middle of the table off the rip.
Yep.
We're not playing games. Look, this is our best and final. Here you go. This is our story. We're family. We're this, we're that. Let's do it.
And it takes some of the stress and the pressure off of you. If you go in playing games back and forth and you're competing with other people, it's too much.
Yeah.
It's too much. So if you know you're going to spend $800,000, $500,000, whatever, say, I'm going to spend this. I'm going to give you this. I'm not going to give you that. This is where I am, period. Another thing I'm going to add to that is do not waive your inspections. That is a thing right now.
Right.
If you are being required to waive your inspection, run.
Yeah, you can waive some other stuff, but the inspection, you need to understand is the foundation cracking? Do we need a new roof? If there's some rotten wood happening,
Is there an infestation?
is the termites eating up the house? Did they have some rats get in there and eat up all the wiring on the electrical?
I don't care.
You don't know any of that stuff
I don't
until
care
you get the
what
inspection
it is.
done.
I don't care what it is.
Y'all seen that movie, The Money Pit?
Unless you got an extra $200,000 laying around, do not waive the inspection.
Yeah, you need that.
You are going to need that. If you get to a point and people you're bidding against are waiving the inspection and the owner is cool with it,
okay.
Move on.
Good
That
luck.
is not the house for you.
Bless them.
Let me tell you something. There's something wrong with all these houses.
Bless them, y'all.
There is something wrong with all of these houses.
Yeah.
Including new houses.
Right.
I sold new houses for 10 years.
Go on, Miss Tracy.
There's something wrong with them. Okay? Believe the hype if you want to.
Right.
Do not waive that inspection. Please, y'all. Please don't.
Because all of your leverage is on the front end before you do the deal.
Right.
Once you go to paper, it's a wrap.
The house is yours.
Because when I was in real estate school, one of the first things that I learned was that if it's not in writing, it ain't.
It's not.
If it ain't in writing, it ain't. So you got to get all that negotiation done before the writing is complete.
Yeah, we went through that. We walked away from this house. We walked away from this house because it was not where it needed to be. And we were like, first of all, we don't want to pay that. And if we are going to pay that, these things need to be done.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not going to do those things? Bye.
Okay, good luck.
Bye.
Right.
Came back to us.
Yeah. Because you have to understand
and lowered the price.
Where your leverage is.
You gonna do these things?
Okay.
Okay. We'll do them.
All right.
Perfect.
We're gonna give
Perfect.
you the money.
We're gonna give you the money.
We'll move forward with the deal.
Let's keep on going.
Yeah.
But do not be afraid. Do not have a scarcity mindset. Have an abundance mindset.
Right.
My house is here for me now as I want it, in the place that I want it, in the town that I want it, the way that I want it to look. And it is a whole house. It is a safe house. It is in a safe neighborhood. I have wonderful neighbors who like me, who say hello to me. My children are happy here. The schools, I could go on and on, y'all.
My God has no limits.
My God has no limits. You're not limited. Don't start thinking like these other people out here. Cancel your subscription to mediocrity. Okay? So the last thing is consider updating your wish list, right? If you get here and you find out there's certain things I have to have a new house. Okay. I have to have an extra office downstairs. I don't know what it is, guys. I have to have a big white kitchen. I have to have granite countertops. Start updating those wish lists. Pick more than 2 areas. Definitely. I think how many areas did we have picked out? We had about 5 areas.
Yeah, we had about
picked
5
out.
or 6.
We had about 5 areas picked out. Pick out more than 3 areas. Have about 5. That's what I recommend.
Yeah, and you have your things that are must-haves, right? And then you have some other things on your list that are wants.
Right.
Yeah, and so you have to be flexible.
Be very flexible.
Right? Speak what it is that you want, and those things will manifest.
Yes, they
will. But also understand in this kind of market, you want to make sure that, hey, sometimes you get even more than what you asked for if you can be flexible.
That's what happened to us.
Yeah.
Just
be flexible.
Be flexible. Be patient. Be flexible. Be patient. Okay?
City of mine, how I love the city of mine. It never gets me down. City of mine, how I love the city of mine. It never gets me down, yeah.
I was born in the city, I was raised on its edges. My pop